Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Agent Factory, the podcast that goes beyond the hype and dives deep into building production ready agents. I'm Vlad Kolesnikov.
And I'm Remigiusz Samborski.
Remik, great to have you on the podcast. It's your first time. Tell a bit about yourself and actually what we will be talking today about.
Yeah, I'm very honored to be here and thanks for the invitation. Happy to join the others to be part of this great podcast. And today we're going to talk about anti-gravity and Nano Banana Pro. These are the things we would like to show you and show you in practice how you can build cool software using those. And I, as a developer advocate working at Google Cloud, I have the opportunity to test these models and these tools as soon as they are being released. So I'm very excited that Antigravity was released recently and that everyone in the world can now start playing with it. So we want to show you a small demo today and show you what's exciting about these tools.
Wow, I'm super excited. Honestly, Nano Banana Pro and Anti Gravity are like I don't know, huge drivers of excitement. Obviously, we talked about Gemini 3 a lot for the past 2 weeks, or past 3 weeks. I even don't remember at this point. And I guess Gemini 3 still stays a huge part of all these exercises and demos that you're gonna show, right?
Yes. So under the hood, we will be using Gemini 3. So actually, this is the engine that everything will run on top of.
Everything runs on Gemini. I love it.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
let's go straight into it. I'm eager to see it in action. That, just for everyone, that's gonna be the first time I see it in real time.
all right. All right.
So I'm super excited.
So maybe before we jump into the demo, let's just maybe tell the listeners what's so exciting about anti-gravity and why actually we feel the anti-gravity is something different, a big differentiator from what we have been doing traditionally. So first of all, if you think about the traditional IDE, you are usually interacting with it, even if you have some LLM, some chat embedded into the code editor, it's still you have to synchronously code and synchronously work with the LLM. Anti-gravity is like a mental shift. Instead of having the LLM just chatting with you, you can use the asynchronous agents that are actually doing planning, coding in the background, and you are just navigating that, and you are just orchestrating everything, talking with these agents, and making sure they are moving into the right direction. So that's one of the features that's really excites me and about anti-gravity, and I will show you this in a moment.
I personally love the feature a lot. The fact that it can do planning for me, and we can iterate on the plan, and then it sort of like implements the plan and checks the boxes.
Mhm.
I love that feature. You're having this companion that effectively pair programming with you.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like having a team of your own that you can collaborate with. Yes. So that's one of the great features. Another thing that also excites me is the browser extension. Have you been trying it out?
Absolutely, one of my favorite too.
Yeah. So I hope if everything goes well with the demo, we'll also be able to show the browser extension. Um, And now about the Gemini Pro image, about Gemini 3 Pro image, which is the Nano Banana Pro. So,
Mhm.
what excites you about this particular model?
Well, a few things. I mean, first of all, it generates images, and we had that before.
Hmm.
What's special about this 3 Pro version of the generative model is that first, it has more reasoning capabilities. So it's based on Gemini 3, so it's kind of inside itself can reason. Second, it has ability to use Google search tools. So when I ask about something that the model may not know about, it can go and search for that. And finally, it can generate like 2K, 4K images. That's a big deal. So you don't need to use additional upscalers, etc. It's just better quality all over the place. So
Hmm.
that's what I love it for.
Yeah. I love all these features. So on top of that, I would add one more thing. It's very good with text generation. So uh, you remember like the previous the previous models that people were using, they struggled sometimes with text. So the text was blurry or just didn't show up in the place you wanted it to. But actually, Nano Banana Pro handles that really well. And what I tried to do is I use Nano Banana Pro to generate an infographic out of my one of my blog posts. So I just sent a link to Nano Banana Pro, and this is what it came up with. So it was able to pull the post from the internet, from Google search, understand what are the key elements of that, and some of this information was not in the blog post. So it actually searched Google and found this information to put them on this infographic. And as you can see, it's amazing. Like all the details, all the fonts, everything looks really sweet.
Obviously, and you mentioned that it's really good with text. And previously, it's not just about like blur. It was not just about blurry text or bad fonts. The text was just plain wrong, right? A lot of just words that don't exist, etc. Nano Banana Pro really nails it. And think about the amount of information that it is able to kind of keep in its context, reason about it, and kind of put into the layout with different colors, etc. So yeah, that's really amazing. I know the blog post. I know the repository behind it. So yeah, Nano Banana Pro just nailed it, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so as you want to dive into the demo, let's dive into the demo. So I want to show you what we will be building today. So this is the draft architecture of what I have in mind, and the problem first, like what kind of problem I want to solve. So because Nano Banana is so good with text, and because it can make these great infographics, I was thinking, let's build an agent that will help us generate slides for us. So we do a lot of presentations, and sometimes preparing for a presentation takes a lot of time, like putting all these things on the slides, researching the information, and so on. So what if we had an agent that just does everything for us and puts it in a nice form of slides? So that was the idea that
I think some people they're good with slides, not so good with code. Some people they prefer building code and not building slides. So your agent is for this second group that would rather focus on code and then let AI build the slides.
yes.
Perfect. Yeah, that's for me. Thank you.
All right. The way it works, I will be working here on the left on the local machine with anti-gravity, and anti-gravity will help me build this slides agent.
Oh
And the
wait,
slide,
you're like, so you don't have it built. You're just gonna build it right now.
yes, we will build it right now.
Oh, that's a risky business. Okay.
Yeah, it's a risky business. We are in a risky business of doing demos live. So let's try it out. So nothing here exists on the left, like besides anti-gravity, which is already installed, but I don't have the slides agent. There is no code existing yet. So we will start by trying to create it. The only thing that is already that I created in the past is the MCP server. And MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. It's a server that provides tools for our agents. So in this case, you could imagine a situation that if you work in a team, there is already an existing MCP server and you are just a client of this MCP server. So you're building an agent that will be the client of the particular MCP server.
Also, instead of calling Nano Banana directly, Slides Agent will call the media MCP server, which will call Nano Banana.
Yes, exactly. And it will also do one more thing. It will save the image to the GCS bucket. So natively, Banana will return the image to us, and we need to handle saving it. So the MCP server actually does that for us. So we are like one step further down the road. We don't have to worry about saving the actual image in a bucket, so that the agent can show it to the users.
Perfect.
All right, so let's switch to the demos. First of all, this is my cloud environment, Google Cloud project. And as you can see, I already have this Media MCP server deployed. And I will be using this Media MCP server as shown in the architecture. It's going to be a tool provider for our newly built agent. So what I will need to do from here is I just need this URL to make sure that it's available, and I will be calling this URL from the agent. So just wanted to show this here. The other thing important that I will be using in this particular case is the agent starter pack from Google Cloud. This is a collection of production ready generative AI agent templates. And I really like starting with an agent starter pack because it gives me all the necessary code to start building an agent. It's not only the code, a sample code for a new agent, but it also will provide some Terraform scripts for me to quickly deploy it to Cloud Run or to any other deployment target that I choose during installation. So it gives me this boilerplate code that I can start iterating fast on. And then if the agent is something that I want to move to production, I already have Terraform, I already have configuration files like Docker files and everything that I can just start using.
Yeah, and despite being sort of like an opinionated implementation for each particular use case, it gives you a lot of flexibility when you just like create a new agent project. It asks you a few questions like, oh, what session service you want to use, and then how you want to deploy it. So it's not entirely like a template. It's actually a framework that builds the template or has a collection of templates. Even for an ADK agent, you have multiple options. It's a great resource. I'm glad we have it.
Yeah, that's correct. Okay, so let's start it. So here in my terminal, so I'm gonna use UVX agent starter pack to create my new agent. Let's call it slides agent demo, and let's go. The first time you run it, it may take a little bit more time. It has to resolve some dependencies, install some packages. So it will run for a moment, but soon enough we will see some questions being asked. All right, so we are using the Google Cloud Agent Starter Pack, and as you Vlad mentioned, there are a couple templates that you can start from. In our case, I will just use the base template. So I will just use the ADK base template, which is the typical agent with the React template. So let's start with that. So I'll just choose one. Then I'm being asked, where do I want to deploy the agent? As I mentioned already, the starter pack gives you the Terraform files. So it will create all the Terraform files for your deployment. I'm planning to use Cloud Run in the future. So let's use Cloud Run. Then the next thing I need to answer is the memory, like where do I store the session memory? So the first one, in memory session, it's only good for POCs or for experimentation, because whenever your application gets restarted or killed, you lose all the memory. So it's not very good for any production or any workloads that you would like someone to be even testing for a longer while. I will use, in my case, the Vertex AI agent engine. It's a fully managed service just dedicated to managing agent sessions, which makes it really easy to configure and really easy to handle all the history.
Yeah, Vertex AI session service can be used with any ADK agent, even if you deploy it to Cloud Run, not necessarily a agent engine.
Yeah, that's correct. And then the next question is about the CI/CD runner. In my case, I will use Google Cloud Build. So I'm selecting option number 1. Then I'm asked about the region. I'm going to use the default US Central region. This is the same region where I run the MCP server. So let's go. Okay, and now the last question is about APIs. So the agent starter pack is also able to check if we have all the proper APIs enabled. I know I have the APIs enabled because I do a lot in this project, so I can skip this step. But if you are spinning up a new project, make sure that you select yes, so that the starter pack can check if you have all the APIs necessary to run properly your agent.
Oh, convenient.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool, success. So we have our agent project ready. So it has been created. We have a new folder and we have a README file, and it also instructs us to make install and make playground. But I'm not going to do that now. I want to start building our slides agent. So I'm going to switch to anti-gravity and go from there. All right.
Nice.
So this is how anti-gravity looks when you open it in the agent manager view. The agent manager view is something that is really, really nice because it allows you to spin different agents and work with in parallel on the several projects. I want to show you one of the configuration options that I usually choose for the anti-gravity. So it's important to think about it. There is this option of review policy. So I'm running in the request review policy, which means that the agent will not do anything, it will not run any terminal commands, any other commands without my supervision, without asking me for review. But if you once you get more confident with the agent that runs under the hood, you may choose to do the agent decides one, when the agent will do some of the less invasive work on its own, but ask you for review only if there is something that it's not sure about. And you can also use the always proceed one. Then the agent will not ask you for review. It will just go wild and do whatever it wants to do. And I would encourage you to use this in a sandbox environment because, as you know, LLMs are non-deterministic. You never know what they will come up with. So if you run always proceed, make sure that you're running in a sandbox environment.
Okay.
All right, so let's start planning our new agent. And I have a prompt that I prepared before this call, and I will just take this prompt.
Do you want to select the workspace you want to work in?
Yeah, that's a good point. I haven't selected the workspace yet. So if I run it now, it will be in the playground workspace, which is something that is just for testing ideas, prototyping, and so on. But in our case, we already have some code. So let me open the new workspace. So I'm going to use the new workspace and I'm going to select our new agent. So the slides agent demo. This is the one that we created today just during this recording. So I'm opening this one, and now I can actually use paste the prompt. And what is also important, I'm going to be using the planning mode because I want the agent to plan our work before it proceeds. And I'm going to use Gemini 3 Pro. This is the most capable model, so it has the most thinking tokens, and it will try to analyze this very, very deeply. So let's run this. And as the agent is running, I can explain the prompt. So I'm actually asking the agent to build to generate these slides. I want to have a maximum of 5 slides, and I'm going to be using the MCP server that is already deployed. And I'm now in this following the agent mode, following along with the agent, which means I will see what the agent is doing. So as we can see, it's now reviewing the files, reviewing the agent that already was created with the agent starter pack, and it's building some kind of plan. It's reviewing the existing Gemini MD file, which is also a great thing about the agent starter pack, because the agent starter pack creates the Gemini MD file, which can be used either by Antigravity, but also by Gemini CLI.
Yeah, that's a great thing, especially when you create, new frameworks or templates. Normally, developer would read the documentation, like how to use that thing. And for LLMs, you're gonna give those instructions because LLM has a knowledge cutoff. Obviously, it can go and search internet, but it's way better to give kind of the core instructions in Gemini CLI. That's, by the way, for all of you developers creating templates and frameworks and just libraries for different languages. Give LLMs instructions because it's and if you have a website, create llms.txt because it's really good to do it. Okay, it wants to run some commands, I guess.
Yes, so it stopped because it wants to check the UV version. Let's accept that and make sure that we can run further. So it checks the version, thinking about the implementation plan. Soon enough, after it analyzes the code structure and all the documentation that it has, it will bring up the implementation plan. One second, it's also using the task list. We'll jump into that in a moment. Once it's finished, I will show you all of these things.
You want to see the implementation plan?
Yeah. So let's see the implementation plan. This is actually what we've been waiting for. The agent is in planning mode. So it creates the task, the implementation plan, and also a task list. So before I go to the implementation plan, I want to show you the task list. So based on our goal, it created this list, and it actually checks the boxes by itself. So it's already explored the existing code base, and now it's at the step of creating an implementation plan. And then we can also see what are the next steps, and the agent will be actually executing those as we go. So let's open the implementation plan now. So the cool thing about Antigravity is we can review this plan and we can comment on the plan before we actually ask the agent to execute that. So what we can do is we can read through the plan. So yes, we want high quality, consistent slides. We want to use the MCP server. There is an important notice here that this file will be edited, agent PI file, and it will replace the existing tools with the MCP toolset. This is great. I can go here in the bottom to look at the details as well. Okay, this looks good. It will remove the templated functions and create this MCP tool. This is great. Then for our purposes, I don't want the automated tests. I want to just do the manual the manual verification with the agent. So what I'm going to do is, as I mentioned, I can comment on the plan. So this is like working on a document with a human partner. So I'm going to add a comment here. Let's skip automated tests in this implementation.
Sweet.
Yeah, we can actually ask it to add the tests later. So for now, we'll skip that. Then what I want to do here is I want to make sure that in the manual tests, it will use the browser plugin. So I'm going to add another comment, use the browser plugin.
Is it even manual at that point?
Oh yeah, it's like it's manual, but it's manually the agent will execute these things. So let's see. Let's use the browser plugin to test the slides agent. Okay. All right. So I added these two comments. I need to remember to send them to submit these comments. So only after I submit them, the agent will proceed. So let me submit the comments, and the agent will review my comments and it will update the plan accordingly. So let's take a look at that. So it's taking my feedback to heart, as it says. I wish if the agent has a heart. All right, adjusting tasks. It should in a moment update this plan as well.
Transitioning to action. Okay.
Right.
Modify.
Yeah, so it removed the automated one, and it's initializing the implementation moment, implementation phase. Yes. So now it's actually modifying the code.
I like it.
Okay, it's updated the agent file. We can also, it's still working, but we can already take a look at the diff and see what it changed. So these are the changes the agent did in our the code that was created by the starter pack. So you can see it added the MCP server tool. It removed the get weather. It removed the get current time tools that were generated out of the template that we created, that we used. And it also renamed our agent to be more to match what we are actually doing. And it provided all these instructions for the agent about like what we want to do. Do we want to generate the slides and so on? And also the MCP tools that it's defined above. Now it actually wants to run the playground. The playground will spin up a web UI, and we can see the agent, how the agent works. So let's accept.
Oh, this is it? This is it? We basically like one shot at an agent?
It seems so. Let's see if it works.
So just FYI, like make playground is basically running ADK web. For those who are kind of familiar with ADK, we are basically done building the agent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
So the agent is built, and now we're just running the local. We are running it locally to test it out. So let's see how it works. And the really cool thing is like we are using anti-gravity, which is an agent to build another agent. So a little bit of an inception here.
the meta agent.
Yes.
I'm surprised that agent is not building another agent. It's creating slides.
Mm-hmm. Ah, you mean okay? That would be interesting. Anti-gravity build an agent that builds other agents. That would be pretty cool. Okay, so the agent, anti-gravity wants to test the agent and it wants to open the URL. Let me just allow it once for now.
Okay, and you see this blue rectangle around the page. That means that it works in the automated way, sort of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's
Nice.
basically running the UI and trying to test the agent itself.
Checking. See, it's commenting. It's analyzing the page.
Yes, it's analyzing the page, trying to open the clicking quick server up should be after. Okay, waiting for this.
Interesting. Select an agent drop down. Oh yeah, it's selecting an agent for us.
Yes, the thing is, like, I noticed that sometimes it's unable to select this Dropbox. It seems to be, it might be something with the ADK itself. So what I usually do
I will
is,
try. Oh yeah. It says like I will try to press arrow down. Like let it do it. Let it do it.
yeah, as you see, it's trying to press it and it cannot press it.
Yeah, you're
So
constantly taking over with your cursor. Obviously, it cannot press.
no, I'm not doing anything here right now.
Ah,
See,
okay.
the DOM is exactly the same. It's trying to click it and so on. So there is a
Oh
oh
yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah. It's doing it. It's doing it.
it's doing it right.
It's always fun to see the agent kind of figuring out things.
Yeah,
Okay.
whoa.
Yes. Woohoo!
Let's
Good
make it
work,
bigger
agent.
a bit. I think it can make it bigger a little bit. And now it's trying to type the message. You see, it's create. This was typed by anti-gravity. I didn't touch
Yeah, that was
the
way too
computer.
fast. Failed to create an MCP session.
Mhm.
Why?
All right. So I think our session MCP7 might be down, but no, it's up. Okay, let's try it manually and let's see what's generate for coffee. No, I mean it seems to be it's taking long, so it seems it's working.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see? It's generating
Mhm.
the like in dark mode to make it look better. Uh all right. So let's do the following. Let's maybe kill this session. Okay. So what I can do right now, we validated that everything is working. So we start the test, read the test in the currently opened tab, which is also a nice thing because we can do some things in the browser and then
Mhm.
ask the anti-gravity to just run it in the current tab. So let's see if it's how it behaves right now. So I'm asking it to restart the test in the currently opened tab. Let's see. It's thinking about something, addressing. All right, switching the tab. So it should, in a moment, yes, start
Yep.
using the tab. Yep. And now it should use the it should put the text in the message box and start it. All right, app is selected. Okay, you see it's clicking. It's putting the presentation about asking for presentation about the future of AI agents. Okay, and this actually means that the generate image is being called. So the tool for generating images is now being called through the MCP server. So this
Mhm.
actually means that our MCP server is up and running. It will generate 5 slides, so it will take some time right now.
Okay, so the first slide is done. It goes to the second slide.
Mhm. Yeah, it's executing them like one by one. Yes. So.
Yeah, and people often ask, why do we need MCP servers? Like,
Mhm.
why? Why can't we just create like a tool inside our agent that does the same thing? Why would we bother with the deploying another service and dealing with the potential issues? Do you have an opinion on that?
Yeah. So I think about it as like this separation of concerns. Yes. So like if you put everything in your agent and someone else wants to use the same tools, you will need to copy that the same code or share it somehow with others. Yes. So if you put it in your agent, it's harder to share it because everyone has their own implementation of using the same, doing the same things using the same tools. So that's one of the arguments around using MCP server. The other one is the ownership. You can have a team that owns the database and is responsible for the database, and naturally they would own the MCP server, and they could make some guardrails. They could make sure that the access to data is controlled by the MCP server without exposing the database externally to the actual agents. So these are like the two main arguments I would use for using MCP server
Oh,
versus
yeah.
running the tools.
Yeah, since you mentioned databases, for situations when you access another service, oh, here we go. Yeah, I'll just finish my thing. For situation when you access another service which has like a client that keeps the connection, you also can do connection pooling. So, uh, like you don't have a separate connection to the server for every effectively user that wants to connect to your database. So because they have limits on those connections.
Mhm.
Let's look at the slides. Like I'm curious. Well, we're
Yeah.
talking too much, and the engine is already done working.
Yes, the agent created the slides. It even included them here.
Oh my
So,
god, look at this font.
so the first slide, the future of agents, AI agents. Then we have the evolution of AI,
Yes.
basic scripts, chatbots, LLMs, autonomous agents, some core capabilities. Yeah, like tool usage with
I love the style.
perception. That's great. Then we have the seamless integrations and challenges and the future. Yes, so several things that we have to think about for the future. Yes, so we have a 5 slides just created from a simple prompt. Yes, so the prompt was like create a presentation about the future of AI agents, and everything happened in the background. Like,
This is big. I
yeah.
know. I like how it puts like enough details and at least like from for someone who kind of thought about this and thought about the important components and just the evolution. It's there. It's there.
Yeah. And going back to anti-gravity, we can take a look what it did. It actually reviewed that, analyzed the responses. It wants to do something more. It finally finishes the agent generated 5 slides and provided titles, but it seems it didn't include the links. You see, because for some reason the agent embedded the images and not provided the links to the slides. So it actually is now thinking about how what I can do to actually provide the slides, not only create the links, but I think for the purpose of our presentation, that's fine. We could keep iterating with anti-gravity to improve our agent, but This is really already great. Yes, we one shot it a production, or maybe not production ready, but an agent that we can start using.
No, seriously, this is two prompts. One prompt for the agent, another prompt which was part of the initial prompt, I think, for testing is for creating the slides, and it even noticed that the initial prompt contained the instructions to provide the links to these generated slides, and the agent didn't provide the links. So anti-gravity wanted to investigate it and probably that subsequently change the agent instructions in the code that it generated to make sure that it provides links to the images. I think this is huge, and the agent that anti-gravity created is already useful as it is, right? And you can argue like, oh, there are other tools that can generate slides, but here you can provide really kind of tuned instructions and use data that is otherwise not available to the broader tools. So I think it's a game changer. This is
Hmm.
what it is.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Exactly. So as you said, for example, I could provide another MCP server with some local data that is not available in the internet, and it could access the local database and build slides showing the revenue growing for our company from our internal database, because it would have access to that data. And if you use a third party agent that someone else developed, you may not want to open this kind of data to them.
I love it. So that was the demo, I guess. I think it shows how you can create completely new scenarios just off your head, right? You can implement new agents that create content that, like we joked, that create other agents, and anti-gravity was able to kind of carry the whole workflow from the initial idea to analyzing the template code that you use from the starter pack. Thank you, the starter pack creators, for making it. And then changing that code of the starter pack based on your instructions, and then even running the tests, not without the hiccups, but that's what recovery capabilities are for. An agent can analyze what was the error and can always use our help, right? So with this, think about it. We showed you anti-gravity and how to create an agent in anti-gravity that uses Nano Banana for producing slides, so for making real work. We showed you how to test it, and even further, like anti-gravity wanted to make corrections because I didn't like quite what the agent did, even though to me it was excellent. There's always room for improvement, right? I assume, Remik, you will share the code with the audience so they can try your slide generation agent
Mhm.
themselves. But again, honestly, just download Anti-Gravity, start with the agent starter pack, and put the instructions. I think, Remik, just share. Let's share the instructions and let people build themselves.
Sure. Yeah, I
Right?
will definitely share the code, and we will make it available in the notes. So just you can grab it from there.
Perfect. Anything else that you want to tell to the audience?
Yeah, just keep prototyping, keep trying out the new tools, and to keep building things, amazing things.
Yeah, especially with anti-gravity and Nano Banana, and Nano Banana is my favorite part at this point. I learn about new capabilities and new things you can create with it every day on social media, what people make, and it is absolutely mind-blowing model with its quality and just the overall capabilities. Well, join us for our next episode where we'll be tackling another topic about production ready agents. Until then, keep your code clean and your agents smart. I'm Vlad Kolesnikov.
I am Remigiusz Samborski. Powering
Powering
down.
down.